Greetings, I'm Solla Pizzuto, Universal Healing Tao instructor, Chi Ne Sung and Kar Sai practitioner and teacher at the Tao Garden in Chiang Mai, Thailand.
My name is Thomas from Switzerland. I'm a Healing Tao senior instructor and Inner Alchemy instructor.
So we just completed here this third week of the Dark Room retreat. And Thomas, you're one of the senior instructors that has been teaching us and guiding us in that room from your practice of so many years. I understand it's how many years now?
Now I'm now Master Chia since 33 years. And I met him in my dream, in a lucid dream. Someone showed me the fusion book of the 5 elements in the dream, and so through this process I met Master Chia.
That's incredible. And that was so many years ago.
Yeah.
And you've been coming to the Dark Room and leading and teaching and supporting the practice for all of these years.
Yes,
The last
that
week.
was the greatest
Yeah.
currently.
The greatest commonly. What's your personal takeaway from that practice?
My personal takeaway is this time that the teaching was very clear, and my understanding has grown a lot during this dark room.
Yeah. And there's an influence with Dr. Andrew Jan coming in and also teaching and providing lessons, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so it never gets old, in other words, does it? No matter
No.
how many years you've been meditating and practicing, there's always something new to learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really get the understanding of the flower of life. I really feel them this time in my heart center. It really it was golden shining light, and I really understand the beginning of life. Then I feel this flower of life in my heart center.
That's fantastic.
Hi, I'm Cristiana El Trayan. I'm from Romania. I'm a holistic therapist, speaker, and author with 5 books on energy work and pranic nourishment. And it's my second dark room here in Thailand, which I love very, very much. So thank you for setting this up. It's my first dark room a few years ago was mostly about, a lot of cosmic traveling, discovering my multidimensional state of being and finding out my true self, This time it was mostly about resting, healing, and being with myself, like in a much deeper way. So I spent until 1 with the people and then after 1 with myself in total silence. And if I was to sum it up in one word, other than silence and going deep, it would be kindness. I was very impressed, deeply impressed by the kindness of all people that served us, all the personnel. I mean, one of the biggest energy layer that nourished us during the dark room, and you wouldn't imagine, is the kindness of the people bringing the juices and the way they do stuff. It was so nourishing for me. I don't know why. I didn't have much food, but their presence was. And then the kindness of Master Chia, who has ages, eons of experience, and having answered the same questions over and over again, like for thousands of times, and then he has the same kindness, the same patience every time, the willing to teach, the openness to make you understand, no matter how strange the question is. I just love that. I love him for that.
My name is Andre Long. I'm from the USA, and I'm going to be living here for the next several years, actually until I get all of the Universal Healing Tao certifications, and then maybe even a little bit beyond that.
You're the go-getter.
Absolutely.
You're just like, you're just like that karate kid, I'm gonna train hard and with the master.
I came to go get it. I came to go get it.
So Andre,
Yes.
it was delightful actually to hear your voice in the dark, because you have that loud and clear and booming voice that allowed everybody to wake up on time and go to their dinners, and we kind of was looking forward to you ringing the bell and saying good morning.
Thank you.
So what was your biggest takeaway, Andre? Because you've been now there for 3 weeks solid.
Yes.
You know, and some people might come and go in the first and second week, but you were one of those ones that were actually there from the entirety, from week 1 through week 3. How do you feel now?
I feel like $1,000,000, and I feel a deep sense of inner cleansing, and inner peace and inner joy and happiness. You know, I feel a sense of gratefulness and love that is different than anything I've ever really felt before. And I came in with a lot of love already, but now it's at a whole different level.
Well, I'm Christine from France. I'm just a student to the Tao. This is my second time in the dark room.
And the first time, how many weeks were you at the dark room?
I started 3 years ago with week 1 and 2, and this time I just did it all.
And that's incredible, because there have been people coming and going through weeks 1, 2, and some people coming back after a number of years to complete week 3, but you have been through the entire 3 weeks without coming out at all.
Definitely, and all the more so since I just had 5 weeks of winter training before.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I guess it's building up a process, you know.
Yeah, and as a student of the Tao, I mean, that's a lot of integrating and soaking in,
Definitely.
and being in the dark. What was that like for you?
What it's like for me? Well, I'd say, you know, Nikola Tesla, he said, if you want to understand the universe, you need to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. I'd say, if you want to understand your true self, you need to experience yourself as mere energy, frequency, and vibration. And that's what it's all about. In the dark room, by means of applying in Taoist inner alchemy formulas, you become the formula. You acquire transparency. So you keep on refining your energies until you acquire this transparent body that your souls and spirits need to align to the higher frequency, higher light. And you end up vibrating, pulsing with it all, you know? So I'd say that the darkroom experience is, for me, at this level, a recovery journey from the unmindful, fragmented self that most of us, more or less apply to our daily life, to the experiential consciousness of your true self.
Hi, I'm Dr. Deborah Meitz. I'm a medical doctor, and I am a Universal Tao instructor and a Tantra educator.
Deborah, you just came out of 2 weeks of intensive darkroom training. How was that like in terms of what went on in the inside of here, your pineal gland, the awakenings, you know, that we're all hearing about? What was it for you?
The most amazing thing is that inside you see this internal light. There are no outside lights of any kind. That allows you to more deeply connect with an internal light that is within us. And connecting with that was very beautiful. I do this in other meditations, but this went very deeply, and there was constant internal light. It was really beautiful. I found that it was extremely healing for me. I did a lot of emotional and mental cleansing there, as well as on a physical level. It was a complete detoxification for me. It was very beautiful. And I came out of there, I would say, a different person, really. Much more grounded, much more relaxed, much more at home in my own body. And I also experienced a profound sense of self-love.
That's wonderful.
So my own unconditional love for myself grew tremendously inside the dark room. So I feel extremely fortunate and blessed to have been in there for as long as I was.
And then the meditation that Master Chia and Dr. Andrew John has introduced in the training, what was that like for you?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. What we're learning to do is really combine our heart and our sexual energy, water and fire inside of our body. So ultimately it's pure yin and pure yang. And we're coupling those together and creating steam. And that steam is used for cleansing the organs, for healing the body, for opening the spiritual connections, opening the endocrine glands in the body, and all the brain, significant brain structures like the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, the amygdala, the thalamus and hypothalamus. It was an amazing experience. And connecting this to celestial structures like the Big Dipper and the North Star, the Polaris. So it was an incredible experience. Also got to connect more deeply to the earth. And so I say this all the time in my teaching, but that we actually are the conduit between the energies of heaven and earth. So these meditations just really brought that home even more.
Solidified
in a deeper way, so that I'm embodying that even more than I already was. So I feel, again, really fortunate and blessed.